But tonight's message, I was thinking a lot about it, and especially on Mental Health Awareness Day, I wanted to share, impart some tips, because, you know, I've spent a lifetime swirling in my own mental health stuff. And I felt compelled to share this, especially as we go into our 9th month of a pandemic. And legit, we could be saying that, you know, mental health is a serious concern for preteens and teens. You know, I myself am an achiever. I don't know if you could get that, but I am definitely an achiever. And what I learned early on in my life was that the more I did, the more I was seen. And I wasn't necessarily loved for just being. At least that's what I didn't know. So I spent a lifetime and decades of therapy and this and that and counseling to try to understand my place. And so I really feel as though that what you think is happening on the outside of a preteen or teen is just the tip of the iceberg, you know, with regard to what's actually happening on the inside. And I thought I'd share a little insight there. It's my belief that the real message that a preteen, and a lot of times it's pre-teenage, you know, it's not even getting to the teenage years, it's 11, 12, you know, when, for example, you know, you might notice that they're becoming more blue. Maybe they are anxious and they verbalize anxiety, or they verbalize depressive feelings, hopelessness or helplessness. Perhaps they're withdrawing from you, or withdrawing from sports, or withdrawing from activities. Maybe as they get into their teenage years, you know, they are starting to have body dysmorphic disorders that bring them to how they view their body, their image, how they're eating, etc. Perhaps they're hanging with the wrong crowd. So all of these things could go into a full-fledged diagnosis of something. And what I'm trying to say is I'm encouraging you all to not necessarily go in that direction, but kind of look at it as, I truly believe that they're trying to give us a message. And again, this is coming from me, who for years and years and years and decades had this same need. And then I was given my own messenger, which was my son, because I do believe that we all have messengers that are delivered to us in our lifetime. And it can be in the form of a child. And that your child might be giving you a message. And the message could be this. They could be saying this. They could be saying this. They could be saying this. So that sweet messenger, it could be your child, could be your niece or your nephew, is giving the message of something other than give me a diagnosis. And so I'm encouraging us to take a look at that in particular, and think about what is the message that they're trying to deliver. Many times they're a mirror to us because we're hurting and we're needing to be seen as an adult. And so maybe they're saying, Mom and Dad, time out, go get seen, go be seen, go see each other, go connect with each other and be loved so that you can love me in the way I need you to love me, or see me in the way I need you to see me, Mom or Dad. It's not the teacher's jobs. It's not the counselor's jobs. It's your job. It's our job to see our children the way they need to be seen. And no, it may not be business as usual. You may have had 2 children that were, perfectly simple and easy and followed rules, but did we learn about parenting? No, we didn't. We only saw parenting. And so you may have been given a gift of a child that is doing something out of the norm. Caution, don't go get a diagnosis only. Start to think about, what do you need to learn here? Do you need to get some help? Do you need to put down the phone? Do you need to stop thinking about, your marriage and going and having an affair? Do you need to start to come back to center and to be more present in your family? Do you need to turn off work a little bit more? And I feel very compelled to say this message, that it's not just in the diagnosis or getting your child into group therapy or getting your child on a medication at a young age. I don't believe in those things. I'm not saying that they don't help. I'm saying that the message is a deeper one. And that if I can leave you with one thing, it's an awareness about this, like, what if, right? So important, Annie, so important. So what if it's about a calling and that they're the messenger to us, right? That they need something, they need to be seen in a way. And if you can't deliver that, that's okay. But that means that's why I'm so passionate about coaching, my adult moms, to get rid of the guilt that they might be facing, to help them release some of that tension, to be seen more as who they are, so that they can love deeper in their families, with their spouses or significant others, or even just loving on themselves, so that the more confident they are, the more they can give to that child who might be an outlier or might be craving something a little bit more. So that's the message on Mental Health Awareness Day, coming from someone in a very vulnerable space that says, I was that person that needed to be seen, and I still sometimes battle with needing to be seen. And I was given the gift of a child who needed to be seen differently. And so I have learned quite a bit along this journey, and I want to share it with you. Now more than ever. So I hope that this was helpful in giving you an awareness to look at it potentially a little differently. You're not to blame. You're not doing anything wrong. Your parents were not to blame. They didn't do anything wrong. I hope you're hearing me. It's just a clue. It's just the tip of an iceberg to go deeper in this life. That work can take second fiddle, and going out on the weekends can take second fiddle, and the house, the money, the this, the cars, all of that. If your child is calling out to you, be aware. Okay? Get some help. Understand what this is a mirror to you for. Okay? And if you feel as though this was a helpful message, please share it. So, this is day 3 of my messages and tips. And remember, by commenting and being here, comment. Tell me how you're feeling about this. Share this. I'm going to be doing some drawings at the end of all this. This is my birthday week, and I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. Some of my little teeny bit of wisdom with you. Hope this was helpful.